Honorable members, in the third session, the House faced a number of challenges, including that almost brought our work as legislators to a standstill. For example, the issue of public participation was a major basis of litigation. Article 10(2)(a) and Article 1181(b) and Article 196(1)(b) of the Constitution guarantees the right to public participation and directs the national and the county legislatures to respectively facilitate public participation in their work. In the third session, we witnessed filing of a raft of cases, including Supreme Court petitions number E031, E32, E33 of 2024, relating to the legislative process leading to enactment of the Finance Bill 2023 into the Finance Act 2024, and petition E52 of 2024 regarding Gachagua as the Speaker of the National Assembly. Both cases faulted the credibility of and the manner in which the National Assembly conducted public participation. We should also ensure the measures we put in place for considering the views received during public participation exercises are reasonable and that they do not invite unnecessary litigation. Going forward, the National Assembly should consider establishing a dedicated oversight committee focused on continuous monitoring of compliance, a compliance committee in line with the constitutionally set timelines. Such a committee shall be responsible for regularly reviewing progress and proactively addressing delays as and when they arise. On the National Assembly oversight role, Mr. Speaker, and when I say, Mr. Speaker, oversight role, it's an oversight of the whole House. It's not an oversight of the minority only, Mr. Speaker. Article 95 of the Constitution clearly states members of Parliament have three functions: oversight, legislation, and representation. They didn't say it's minority to do that. It is for both majority and minority to do those functions, Mr. Speaker. So this business of running in town telling me, oh, you are the only one who was supposed to oversight, then that means other members are not doing their work also. The Constitution did not say the minority should oversight, legislate, and represent. It said members of the National Assembly should oversight, should legislate, and should represent. We must, in the fourth session, be conscious of the importance of fostering bipartisan approach when engaging in our legislative and other businesses. The challenges facing our nation are too great to be solved by a single party. We must appreciate that our work in the fourth session comes against the backdrop of a broad-based government. I therefore urge us to embrace this spirit, put our differences aside, and work towards discharging our mandate as a collective, despite concerns and criticisms regarding the motivation behind the formation of the broad-based government. Everyone can have his or her opinion on the formation of the broad-based government, but the bottom line is that we must serve Kenyans in accordance with the Constitution, in accordance with the mandate that we have been given as legislators. I want to request the leadership to be very fair in reconstituting those committees and make sure that members who have the competence to serve in those committees are put in those committees, Mr. Speaker. And we should also look at the performance of members in their respective committees. Attendance will be used as a yardstick, how members attended, Mr. Speaker, and we await for your full communication when we come back to the House. But I want to assure members that we will be fair to everyone, and everyone will get a right of representing people in different committees.